Recently, Playground AI released their brand new model, called Playground version 1. Upon checking it out, this model produced results that turned out really well, so let's check it out. After you've logged in, go straight to creating by hitting the Create button. Once it loads, look over to the top right and look at the model. On the drop-down menu, select Playground version 1. Now the great thing about this model is that your image dimensions will not matter to your creation, because this model puts all of your subjects, or at least tries very hard to put, your subjects in the center of the frame. For the purpose of this video, I will not alter my prompt guidance and quality details to give you an idea of what it can do on the basic image generation. For the advanced options, I recommend using either the OL or Ancestral, or the pseudo-numerical diffusion model, PNDM for short. Oh, and don't forget to put your session in private. Now over to the left side of the screen, I have already copied and pasted a bunch of negative prompts. For prompts, we will start with a simple prompt. I will go with cute and fluffy cat, black for blue eyes, soft light and natural environment. For filters, we will start with lush illumination. Filter selection is limited at the moment, but I'm sure Playground AI will get back to us with, hopefully more filters, so we can generate different styles of images in the future. Now let's hit generate and see the results. As you can see, the generated images are mostly on the center of the frame, and this model really tries to follow your prompts and negative prompts. Now let's move on to a more detailed problem. Let's see a cyborg man. Black and gold destruction in the background, gold light strips and glowing eyes. Excellent. As you can see, with a little bit of creativity in the prompts, you can actually create decent looking characters for whatever you need them for. Up next, let us try and get super specific. We will go with portrait of a lovely, perfect, beautiful woman. Natural redhead, ultra high quality model. 50mm meaning the focal length of a lens. f1.4 meaning the aperture of the lens. Bokeh natural background and soft lighting. Let's hit generate and see the results. As you can see, these images can pass as a portrait photograph, and if you added some more changes, such as applying face restoration, it will create a realistic image. If you don't know how to do that, just hover over to the image, click Actions and select Face Restoration. For this example, I will try face restoration on this image here. They're perfect. Let's try a couple more different hairstyles and background styles for this, before we move on to the next one. Of course, it's not only about portraits. As I mentioned earlier, the image dimensions won't matter. Let us try and create an old-looking cottage in the middle of the woods. I will change the image dimension to 768 by 512. So the prompt will be, old rundown cottage in the middle of the woods. Abandoned lush, surrounded by foliage and cottage core. Now for filter, we will go with ominous escape to get us that eerie looking images. Hit generate and see the results. There we go. Now we have a creepy looking cottage in the middle of the forest. Now let's try something creepy at a distance. This cottage already looks really creepy. Might as well generate other images that are creepy as well. I will go with creepy doll, harsh lighting, dark background, indoor creepy chair and eerie. Let's change the image dimensions to 512 by 512 and hit generate. This is great. This is such a great image actually. So great that I will move on to the next set of prompts because I don't want to be cursed for the next 30 years. Now, sticking to ominous escape filter, I will go with a character from a video game called The Last of Us. His name is Joe Miller, and we will see if we can get some eerie images of him. So I will switch the image to portrait, and for prompts I'll go with portrait of Joe Miller. The Last of Us video game. Bearded man, apocalypse horror zombie. Destroyed city background, and let's hit generate. There you have it. As you can see, we now have an animated version of Joel Miller. Now of course, we can switch the sampler from PNDM to Euler Ancestral to see if there is any major differences when it comes to generating an image. Now as you can see in this photo, major improvement to the image. It looks like it was taken from the actual video game during the concept art process of the developers. Now let's completely switch things here. We will go this time with delicate detail and generate some portraits. For sampler I will go with Euler Ancestral. Our prompts will be portrait of a border collie dog, studio portraits, painted background, soft lighting and studio lighting. Now as you can see, this is a beautiful portrait of a border collie. Let me download them and then we can move on to the next one. Of course you can do image to image as well and see some of the results if you want to. For example, painted background, outdoor and natural light. Now let's hit generate. As you can see, the AI with the help of the new model is able to generate a great set of photos. Now let's do another example of image to image from an old photo shoot. This time I will go with an image and keep the image strength to 30 because I want portraits. I will then change the image dimensions to 512 and 768. Because the previous example, we based the photo on what image I uploaded. For prompts I will go with brunette beautiful woman, studio portrait, studio lighting, living room background and Rembrandt lighting. I will then switch the filter to lush illumination and hit generate. As you can see, with only 30 as image strength, the AI is able to add its own flair into the image. Increase the image strength to 50 and see the results. There you go, more closer to our original image. Now this time, I will add some more things into the picture and replace the filter to ominous escape. For example, I will add Scarlet Witch Eerie, background fire and red crown. Hit generate and see the results. As you can see, the results are really good, and it shows that you can make your own characters using your own images. Now let's turn our image into Spider-Woman. So Spider-Woman eerie background fire black and gold. Now that I pretty much covered most of the things Model Playground version 1 can do, you can go ahead and try them for yourselves and get creating with this brand new and powerful model. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Goodbye for now.